What's up everyone, it's Caddy with MoneyVest Real Estate. So in this video, I wanted to discuss some additional updates on my journey of investing in real estate here in Dubai. I've been kind of doing a lot of these videos, understanding the markets and really trying to get familiar, talk to as many people as possible to get a better understanding of how the Dubai real estate market basically operates. In my previous video, kind of went over some resources. And in this video, I'm going to share a very, very good conversation that I had with one of my subscribers and members who's part of our MoneyVest community. They've been investing in the Dubai real estate market for several decades, actually a couple decades now. And they've been in Dubai for most of their life. So again, shout out. I'm not going to name this person, but amazing meeting and a great conversation. So thank you so much for meeting with me. And some of the things that kind of blew my mind in after meeting with our member here was the idea that when there is, let's say, a recession, right? When there's a global recession, when there is a state of panic worldwide, right? So for example, when we go back to 2007, 2008, when there was a great financial crisis and, we understand that the US markets, US real estate prices declined, significantly because there was a huge housing bubble. What tends to happen in Dubai is a lot worse than what happens in other parts of the world. And the reason for that is because, number one, so if you default on your mortgage in Dubai, it's a criminal offense. So it is not it's not as simple as, the bank basically seizing your property and this affecting your credit score and the bank kind of selling your property at an auction and then that's it, right? You're done. You're fine. You can go and just, do whatever you want. It's going to affect your credit score, of course, if you default on your mortgage, but in Dubai, it's completely different. And that's, I kind of did some more research and it is indeed true. If you default in Dubai, you can be fined and you can also be imprisoned. So basically, you can also end up in jail if you default on a loan. And that is mind-blowing information because now it all starts to make sense, because what tends to happen is that when prices are dropping significantly, there's a state of panic, right? And that's what happened in 07, 08 in the US and India, in Europe, and lots of different parts of the world. And as people are losing their jobs, because, there's the first things what happen when there's a global recession is unemployment skyrockets, right? So as unemployment goes up, more and more people start losing their jobs. And if they lose their jobs, they can't make the payment on their bills, their liabilities. So whether that's a mortgage, whether that's a car loan, whether that's their credit card payment, whatever it is, they can't make those payments anymore. And if they're in Dubai and they miss those payments, well, guess what? They're going to end up in jail, or they're going to be, considered as a criminal offense. And as a result, they have to flee the country, which is what we have seen in the past. And a lot of people this is a cycle that actually happens over time, is that people come to Dubai, they buy a lot of property, real estate prices go up, everything's great, business is booming. We go through a bust cycle where, prices start dropping. There's a state of panic. There's a lot of fear. People flee the country. Everybody disappears. It kind of turns into a ghost land. And then once everything recovers, everything comes back in and everything's going. So it's kind of like a cycle that happens. It's very, very strange. And of course, I have never experienced that because I've never lived in Dubai for that long and I was never able to see that myself. But one of the suggestions that I was receiving from a couple people that I've actually talked to is patiently wait for prices to cool off a little bit. Because when I've been doing my analysis on the Dubai real estate market, I've kind of noticed it myself, because the DLD, which is Dubai Land Department, has a lot of open source data, right? They've got a lot of open source data because all the transactions are kind of going through DLD, and they've got a lot of spreadsheets and CSV files. And I did my analysis myself on the areas that I was looking at. And based on the transactions, based on the price trends and recent price per square footage areas that I was looking at, in JVC more specifically, Jumeirah Village Circle, prices are at least 12 to 15% overvalued right now. And if you watch our main MoneyVest channel, that's the main philosophy, right? We're always looking for good deals. We're always looking for better and better deals, because at the end of the day, we want bargains, we want discounts, we want great deals so that we can actually make a big profit, right? We can actually make money, because that's, at the end of the day, that's what we're looking to do. We're looking to put our money, put our investments in good, high quality businesses, real estate companies, whatever it is, but we're looking for good deals. We're looking for bargains. And, from all the analysis that I've done, at least 12 to 15% overpriced at the moment. It could be a lot more. And from everything that I heard from my member, I mean, when they start dropping, they drop like hotcakes. They can go from like 2,000 dirhams per square feet to as low as 500 500 dirhams per square feet. That's a 75% drop. So 70 to 80% is something that could happen in a market like Dubai, which is extremely volatile because there's a lot of expats, there's a lot of banks that actually seize the property, they take control and they sell them. Like they sell them at an auction at significant cheap valuations, not to mention they sell them as a group as well. So if you have a lot of cash, right, just sitting and you've got a lot of money, that just wants to be deployed, that's usually the opportunity we're looking at, because when prices do drop 70 to 80%, and you know that this is a cycle that's going to continue over and over again. And we also talked about long term, because you never want to be looking at a market that, okay, when it goes through like a bust cycle and we see like a 75-80% drop in real estate prices, is it ever going to recover, right? Is it ever going to come back, right? That's the real question that kind of goes through most people's mind, is it worth even investing in? Because what if it never comes back, it never recovers? So that's another thing that we have to like always look at. And one of the things that's really important for Dubai is the oil reserves in Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi is one of the Emirates of Dubai. UAE, United Arab Emirates, has 7 Emirates, and Abu Dhabi being one of the strongest ones because it's got a lot of oil on there. So we are basically, Dubai is kind of dependent on Abu Dhabi as well. So that is something to keep in mind. And finally, next 50 years is, from what I've heard from the analysis, that it's going to be very, very strong for Dubai as well. And finally, one more thing that I wanted to mention is that the government is going to be collecting a 9% corporate tax rate moving forward, because that was introduced in June of last year. So we were trying to kind of understand, okay, how is that going to play a role in Dubai's market moving forward? Because one of the biggest things that I'm trying to analyze about Dubai real estate is jobs. Unemployment, labor market. That's the main analysis, because at the end of the day, if there's a lot of businesses moving to Dubai and they're creating a lot of jobs, that means more people are going to be moving to Dubai to get those jobs, and they're going to be living there, working there, and that's going to create a high tenant profile that's going to allow us to, let's say, buy residential real estate, and it's going to be rented out well with good cash flow coming in. So those are some things that I'm still analyzing right now, is the prospects of the labor market, the jobs market over the next 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years in Dubai. How strong is that going to be? The reserves, because Dubai right now is mostly tourism, Abu Dhabi is mostly oil, and then of course corporate taxes, and how the government's planning to utilize all that money it's now going to start receiving to essentially invest in all these social services. One last thing I will mention is that the 9% corporate tax rate may turn some businesses off, because it kind of defeats the whole purpose. And I've already started to see some YouTube videos of businesses and companies and CEOs and founders that kind of moved to Dubai to save taxes, and then now 9% corporate taxes kind of they're in this dilemma, or they're making a decision to move out of Dubai and kind of relocate their headquarters elsewhere, because there's again going to be a lot more options available outside of Dubai as well. So I'm kind of trying to understand, is that 9% corporate tax rate is going to be a net benefit or a net subtraction for Dubai's economy? Because if businesses move out, then that's less tax revenue, less jobs, and that's not going to be a good news. But if that 9% corporate tax rate, of course, compared to what's outside of Dubai, is still significantly lower, then that could still be a net benefit to Dubai long term. So again, there's a lot of analysis that needs to be done. I'm still trying to understand, high rises versus low rises, the weather and how that plays a role in building upkeep and service charges, property operators. We haven't even gone over that. So there's a lot that I'm constantly learning and sharing on this journey on YouTube. But I will keep you guys updated with all the listings, all the showing, all the mortgages, the financing, everything will be done on the channel. I'm still planning to close at least one property this year, even though I've been recommended to kind of wait for prices to stabilize a little bit. But the one that I'm planning to buy, of course, is going to be long term, and I'm planning to buy for myself at least, so I have a place to live when I'm in Dubai traveling. So that's just going to be the mortgage. I'm going to be the one paying with my savings and of course whatever income I generate. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, found it helpful. Let me know in the comments if you are enjoying these types of money based real estate videos on Dubai, and I'll look forward to kind of seeing you guys in the next one. Make sure that you drop a like and subscribe to the channel as well. Happy investing. I'll see you all in the next video.